So there is a lot of hot air going on right now, back and forth in political ads these days about a wind farm and its possible political connection.
The issue is taxpayer dollars went to pay for the venture and other renewable energy projects like it.
We paid a visit to a northwest Missouri wind farm. It's closer to Iowa than it is to Columbia, but Columbia buys some of the electricity from that wind farm. In this exclusive report, KOMU 8's Kyle Stokes went to ask whether sending money for wind projects is a smart decision.
We used to be the bluegrass capital of the world.
Little casts a shadow on the northern Missouri prairie.
I'm from King City.
Except for the towers.
Now we're the wind capital of Missouri.
That crowned this city king.
I grew up on the farm.
Made David Waltmuth wind royalty.
So I've been farming ever since, I guess.
Waltmuth doesn't measure his farm's yields in bushels per acre anymore. A company called Wind Capital Group pays Waltmuth to put up 6 wind towers on his land.
At $3,000 per tower per year.
That's $18,000 a year.
It's not a huge amount of money, but it certainly helps. It beats farming.
Money that's put a new kick
A little cold-natured.
into a town of 1,000.
After the windmills come in, we got more money come in, and we got to build onto the school. And while they was here working, it helped the restaurants out.
When you get a farmer with money in his hand, he's going to spend it. So it's helpful.
Just 5 years ago, no one would have thought to put wind towers in King City. The best winds sweep down onto the Great Plains from the Dakotas to Texas. Missouri breezes don't blow quite as strong, but they are strong enough in the northwest part of the state for a wind farm. So in 2006, Wind Capital Group built the first towers in the state just north of King City.
That's a lot of money pumped into the 2 counties around here.
Future wind projects got a boost in the Federal Recovery Act with the creation of renewable energy grants. It's a tax credit program that both the company and local officials say have been invaluable for King City's wind farms.
I think it was necessary for the federal energy tax credits to play a part in this to make them feasible to get started at this point. You know, the cost of wind energy is not cheap right now.
But that's where this story takes a political turn. The owner of Wind Capital Group is Tom Carnahan. Carnahan, as in Democratic Senate candidate Robin Carnahan's brother.
They promised jobs.
In television ads, Republican opponent Roy Blunt calls that family connection fishy.
Her brother's wind farm got over $100 million stimulus dollars.
How? Robin Carnahan campaigned for Obama and the stimulus.
The company denies this, saying Congress has no control over who gets the grants. In fact, King City's Republican state rep says he doubts Blunt's story.
I don't think it was a backroom deal. I've had a few business with Robin, and I'm not sure that Russ Carnahan, Tom's brother, has enough influence to get that pulled off.
But beyond the politics, there's another question. Wind energy might be renewable, but is it reliable? There's no way to store any excess energy created by these wind turbines, and if the wind were to ever stop blowing, then you'd have to find your power somewhere else, from another energy source that might not be as renewable or as clean.
You know, in the future, I think clean coal technology is going to play a key part in meeting our energy needs, along with solar and wind energy.
David Waltmuth is also careful not to oversell his newest cash crop.
I think we can saturate the country with wind-farmed energy, and it helps. Definitely, it's a help. But we're never going to be able to produce enough of energy without probably development of nuclear power.
Whichever way the winds blow.
Who knows?
On November 2nd, Waltmuth hopes whoever's elected can find ways to put the yields of alternative energy on the grid in Missouri. For Smart Decision 2010, Kyle Stokes, KOMU 8 News, Gentry County.
Kyle, thank you very much. The wind company refused an on-camera interview but did answer some questions in writing. They argue that non-renewable energy providers get billions in government subsidies too.
Now, for an interactive map of wind projects across the state, go to our website. That's KOMU.com.